Hey, welcome to Phoenix Kitchen. Today we are making homemade bacon and Canadian bacon using locally sourced pork. Let's see how we did it. Alright, so today we're making bacon and Canadian bacon. We're going to be using pork belly and pork tenderloin. We purchased our first hog directly from the farms. This is not a sponsored video, but shout out to Mittendorf Farms in Gibson County, West Tennessee, for some beautiful, amazing pork. You can see here that pork belly was cut really close to the ribs. We got a lot of meat on it and beautiful marbled fat. These hogs are a Duroc mix, so we've got a lot of beautiful marbled intermuscular fat. It's going to make them really, really delicious. So we're going to be doing a 7-day wet brine. That's going to include a gallon of water, 1 cup of kosher salt, 1 cup of brown sugar, and about 3 teaspoons of our curing salt. We're going to get that solution mixed. We're going to cut our pork belly in half so they fit in my 1-gallon containers. Then we're going to simply pour the mixture over the top until they are totally submerged. To keep them submerged, you could put in a Ziploc bag with ice to help hold the pork belly down because it will float. Or simply go in and flip the pork belly every other day to ensure an even brine. Now, my Canadian bacon is coming out of the center portion of the tenderloin, so we're going to go ahead and process that whole thing. I'm cutting into thin chops for breakfast chops, thicker chops for dinner chops, and cubing up a few tips for some pork tips to be roasted. Those will all be delicious, and then we're leaving that nice 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds in the center for us to make our Canadian bacon from. The Canadian bacon is going to use the same brine with the addition of some Crown Royal apple and maple syrup because we want our Canadian to really be Canadian, right? So after 7 days in the fridge, getting brined, we're going to bring these out. We're going to rinse them off to make sure we don't have any excess salt on the outside. We're going to get these onto a rack and we're going to take paper towels and we're going to dab these dry. Once we've removed the excess moisture from both sides, we're going to add a layer of coarse ground black pepper to the top of our bacon to create just a little bit of bark and give our bacon some bite. And then this is going to go back into the fridge for 4 hours. We really want that outside of the skin to become tacky. And it will do that after sitting and drying in the fridge for the 4 hours. That's going to help our smoke adhere. It's not just going to sink in, but it's really going to sit there on that outside and create that nice smoky bite that you're looking for out of your bacon. So let's get these things peppered and let's get our Canadian bacon ready to go and back in the fridge. And then we'll get our smoker lit and ready to go. All right, we mentioned earlier these hogs were part Duroc, and you can see there I got a nice shot of the intramuscular fat that is just woven all through this meat. Absolutely fabulous. So we get these things ready to go onto our racks, and we're going to put them back in the fridge like we mentioned for 4 hours. And about 3 hours into that, we're going to go ahead and get a small coal bed made at the far end of our firebox. We want it as far away from the cook chamber as possible. Then we're going to go ahead, and today I'm chopping up some cherry wood because I want a really special flavor on this. We get that down into pieces that can fit easily into our firebox. Get those ready, make sure that they're dry enough, and then we're going to get everything smelling amazing because this cherry wood has a wonderful sweet smell to it. Once it's ready to go, up to temp, we're going to get our meat onto the smoker. You can see there we've got nice smoke rolling. We're going to close that door way down because we're going to keep these temps down around the 150 mark. We want a cold smoke. When we're cold smoking, that means we are going to have a little bit dirtier smoke than normal. If we get that nice clear smoke, we're not going to be able to impart flavor before the bacon's cooked because we're only cooking to an internal temp of 155 degrees. So we come back, this is about 3 hours in, we're checking out at 135. We go another hour, we get them up to 155, and here's our finished bacon. Beautiful color. One of the things that Cherry does, there's our Canadian bacon. It is wonderful smelling, wonderful tasting, we'll go ahead and get this stuff sliced up to see what we look like on the inside with our bacon slices, because you got to test a piece before you feed it to the family. This also gives you the chance, if it's not smoky enough, you can put this in the fridge, bring that temperature back down to around 40-50 degrees, then go back on the smoker and let it, double smoke if you're not getting enough smoke flavor that first time around. Absolutely no reason that you couldn't double smoke it. And depending on your smoke setup, that may be necessary. If it gets to temp a little too quickly because you have a hard time controlling the temperature, that is definitely an option. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing sliced up, see how we look on the inside. And there we have absolutely beautiful, nice, fatty bacon, smoked perfectly. The stuff is delicious. I highly recommend, if you can locally source some meat and bring it in, it is so much better than what you're buying in the supermarket. Making your own bacon, Canadian bacon sausage, 100% worth the time and effort, because it is a taste that cannot be achieved with the store-bought products. Hope you enjoy. We're giving away a 5-piece cast iron lodge cookware set when we hit 1,000 subscribers. All you have to do is like a video and subscribe to the channel to be entered in the giveaway.